Hi everybody, just a quick tour of the new avionics in here. Previously we had a G5 PFD attitude indicator. It was a nice piece of equipment, so I decided to keep on going with that same Garmin set. So now we have the G5 HSI, which includes a GMU11 magnetometer and a GAD29B essentially communicator to communicate with the autopilot interface and to send and receive airing signals from the 430W navigator that we have in here. So PFD, pretty self-explanatory. These things are nicely connected over a CAN bus. So for instance, if I adjust the barometer on one, the barometer on the second one, if we were going to show that in PFD mode, would similarly be shown over here. Back to PFD. So up and down we go, up and down we go. Nicely connected and synchronized. We go back to HSI mode here. You can see it's a traditional HSI, plus it has the annunciator flags that might otherwise make some installations a little bit more complicated because of the distance between the line of sight or the CDI and the mid-position line of sight and wherever the navigator is as part of the original IAP installation. So this actually is a nice little annunciator for folks that do have annunciators. Right now I've got us going direct to a fix that's on the RNAV approach here at the airport, but we're sitting in the hangar on the ground. But it's nice because it'll show you, for instance, GPS is in the terminal mode versus en route, etc. It'll also show you loss of integrity messages and all the other messages that flag on the 430W here will similarly show up here. I'll see if I can get it to work. I'm going to turn off the transponder. It should show a message flashing there, and right on the HSI here we have a message flashing. When I select the message, it goes away on the HSI, so it keeps messages nicely organized in some ways. Alright, so I'll show you a couple other features. So we're going to go to a different procedure here. We'll go to select an approach on the opposite runway. Go direct to this fix here, if tau. And what we'll see there is that our GPS has auto-slewed to that. So the course is auto-slewing on this particular navigator. I'm going to deselect the approach. We'll go to a different fix entirely. Let's say the Liberty VOR, something like that. Let's go direct there. It looks like we lost our GPS position in the hangar, but this would similarly show an auto-slewed format. Alright, since we can't do the GPS approach, we'll do an ILS approach here. We'll activate that approach. Again, no GPS position, but we're going to activate the localizer frequency. We'll change our GPS to VLOC mode, and here we have our lateral and vertical navigation. We're to the left, to the south of, well, correction, west of the 321 runway, so it's showing a deviation there. So nice HSI features. It has a nice heading bug on here. This is data that's through the GMU11, and if I click on our autopilot here, we're in heading mode, as you can see there. Flip on heading mode, we turn to the left, turn heading mode to the right, the rolls over turns to the right. We'll center it on our current heading here, get it going there. This is a little bit weird on the ground, but it kind of works. And put our heading on our current heading. And you can see it gets attitude information. It thinks we're in a bank, so it's trying to counter for that bank. So it looks like everything works there. Another nice feature is if we put this back into GPS mode, it looks like it got a GPS signal there. Let's try and go to the Liberty VOR once again. We slewed over to the Liberty VOR, And now what we're going to do is we're going to put our autopilot back on. We'll keep it in roll mode for now. Keep our heading selector on heading mode. And then we're going to turn GPS steering on. You can either do it from the PFD or from the HSI. And you can see it just syncs up there nicely. And now what it should do is, if we turn our heading mode on here, it should start trying to turn to the right. And that, in fact, it's what it's doing. We go to the next fix. Say the final approach fix on the ILS. It still thinks we need to turn to the right to get to that course. And we're going to, of course, test this in nice VFR conditions in the air. Let's see if we can show you any other features here. You can show a bearing pointer to wherever you would like. So, for instance, let's do a bearing pointer on VLOC, and then we're going to put our navigator into, let's say we'll tune to the Liberty VOR. So we'll go over to VORs. Liberty is 13.0. We'll enter that, activate it, we'll put our GPS into VLOC mode, and I guess we're not getting a signal in here, but that's okay. So the bearing pointer should show that where that fix is. If we put the bearing pointer onto, for instance, GPS, you can see pointing up to that previous course to ICTAO in this case. So pretty nicely featured, nice combination of HSI and GPS. One comment is the bezel makes things a little bit small, which is a bit bigger, easier to read, but it shouldn't be too hard on the eyes. Thanks for watching, hope this was useful, and until next time.